What is going on, everybody? Today we are going to be rolling Scrip at the Purveyor. We have the mystery pick sale still going on. I still want to take advantage of it. I want to see what kind of results I'll get with all the new items that have been introduced in terms of legendary attributes. And then on top of that, power armor and other things we might roll when we're at the Purveyor. So I want to take note of that. I've been able to save up a good amount of Scrip before the recent patch dropped. And after I've been collecting, we're on the weekend after this update, and the amount of Scrip that I've collected, I'm able to buy modules and roll Scrip. So I want to make sure that I can at least get a good amount of rolls in terms of bringing some legendaries in, and then if any of them are good, I'll be able to keep them. And now that we can just re-roll complete attributes on specific items that we're looking for, that's going to help us long-term grind out the items that we want. So today we're going to roll 40 items. I'm going to hop between a couple of my characters. We'll start off with Jack. He's going to roll 10 mystery rolls. Then we'll have 20 on Scruffy, and then 10 on Balrog. Let's see how lucky we can get, and fingers crossed. Alright, so we are on to my first character, Jack. I've saved up over 2,000 Scrip, and we are looking at hopefully getting something good with the mystery picks. I'm also splitting Scrip between modules, and I'm going to be making a separate video on rolling specific items, for example, like let's say 10 fixers. So keep an eye out for that. But today I'm going to be rolling 10 mystery picks on this character, 20 on the next, and 10 on the one after. Let's see what I can get for 600 Scrip on this character. Fingers crossed. I am looking for some more gimmicky weapons. Auto Stim, Ultra Sight, Sentinel. So I'm a huge fan of Sentinel, and I don't really use power armor now that this date has come out and it introduced legendary power armor pieces. I'm going to try to collect my own sets and then see what I can come up with. So even something like this, for me who personally will enjoy using Sentinel, if I'm in power armor, I'm most likely going to be using a heavy weapon as well. So comboing with something like Standing Still, it sounds pretty good. Auto Stim, we'll see. My only real experience by being kind of tanky is bolstering, so we'll see if I want to have auto stim on. Not a bad find. No, thank you. Gonna be interesting to see what the split is between power armor and weapons now that the loot pool has a lot more stuff in it. Yeah, I'm really looking for personally Sentinel on any kind of power armor. No, thank you. But as long as I'm getting weapons, again, I'm going to be able to get the most out of that. Buy a legendary weapon for 60 and then sell it back for 40. Don't spend too much. Enjoying seeing something like faster swing speed and less VATS action point cost, but not an axe. I'm also happy that it's been raised to 25% if you have multiple mutations, maxing at 5. So it's been interesting to see more items become more feasible. Again, you want to see something like this somewhere else. Doesn't seem like I'm going to get too lucky with this. I'm going to do a few more rolls, and as long as it's around 10, that's fine. I'm trying to see exactly what around, let's say, 600 Scrip will get you. Oh man, I don't know if I could leave it off on this. One more. Alright, so looking pretty rough on the first character. Let's see what I can get on my next one. Alright, now on to my next character, Scruffy. I've got another batch of mystery picks I'm going to be rolling on this one. I'm going to be rolling 20 on this character because I do have an excess of modules stashed up, and now I'm going to be spending this on hopefully some good legendaries. I've personally not used too much of power armors in my previous, let's say, few years playing the game. So it's going to be interesting for me to build up kind of these sets over time. I'd like to basically collect one of each for collecting purposes, I suppose, but then I kind of prefer Excavator for its utility, maybe T51B, maybe Ultrasight. We'll see exactly how lucky I can get. If the rolls are good, I can be persuaded into keeping those, but it seems like with legendary crafting, if I want a specific set, I should probably just spend, say, the script re-rolling those items. But again, that'll be topic for another video. Now I'm going to kind of go through these faster. In my previous videos, I try to break them down as best as I can with not good, decent, great. These rolls that I'm seeing kind of for the first time on my own is a little bit more varied, so I'll still give my input, but it's hard to categorize so many new items. I do want to see the variety of legendary attributes I'm getting, and hoping to share that with you guys and see if we can all learn something at the same time. Now, this is the next set of rolls. This will make 30, and then on my next character, I'll roll 10, and then that'll make 40. So, fingers crossed. Let's see what we get. Oh boy. This is how we're starting. And then this is the character that actually has Recon learned. Not all my characters have all the different plans learned, so just because it's bloodied and gimmicky or power attack, might use this, but nothing crazy. Okay, that's not what I meant by bloodied. Hit chance, or hits have a chance to generate a stealth field. That's going to be interesting to look into. I'd rather use that on some other kind of weapon combo. Bull Slayer's explosive. Now that we're looking at 50% DPS, let's just say, towards specific mob from 30, a lot more weapons become more feasible. I'll say it's a pretty decent find. I'm not a huge fan of the pipe bolt action pistols, but they can still pack a punch, especially now that you're doing even more damage to that specific mob, let's say, and then explosive on top of it. Damage while standing still. That's going to intrigue me. Combo that with bolstering my Sentinel pieces that I'm also collecting on my power armor, if that works out. Have some sort of gimmicky melee weapons. We'll see. I have to do a lot of testing now. There's so many more legendary attributes added to the game. So now something like this for Vanguard's builds could be interesting. Damage increases as health increases, but again, Cryolator, I don't see that being all that useful outside of people that can use it for crowd control at a queen, maybe. I think I mentioned that I want gimmicky weapons way too much. Alright, so let's say we're at our first 10 rolls and nothing is really standing out. Seems like the loot pool is a little bit more diluted than one would want. Anti-armor explosive, if it was on anything else, I'd be pretty happy. I don't know, let's say combat shoddy could have been pretty good. It's very interesting to see these other roles added to these different weapons. Not everybody has the same build. Not everybody has the same playstyle. But at the same time, it's going to depend on what people want those perks to be. More utility, more survivability. People that were using power armor for the longest time, let's say without taking advantage of legendaries, now it's gonna really shape the way people can play. And then again, more utility or in your own way. If let's say for this item, hunger and thirst grow slower. If you're not using something like survival syringe, that could be pretty useful. You keep your character's buffs up that you get now that you get, from being well fed or hydrated. So far, nothing is really standing out. I have to see exactly what future roles come out to be. So we're gonna do another 5. We're gonna go over the 20 that I said I was gonna do. I'm trying to see exactly how many roles turn out to be what. Oh my. So for those that don't know, I'm looking for a bloodied, faster swing speed, strength, bare arm, and that's been my kind of like end game role. Or at least trying to look for that, and at a quick glance, I thought this was close to it, but no, that I think I actually have a 1-star bloodied bare arm alone that I'd rather use. Okay, never mind, moving on. AP reduced, damage while blocking, mirelurks and bugs. Again, I need to build some sets over time, but I'm probably going to start to keep an eye on if I can get Sentinel, if I can get things that do have maybe AP refresh. I don't see myself using exterminators, but again, it's interesting to see what these roles turn out to be. Quad, limb damage. One more. Fingers crossed. Cavalier. Would it be bad if I said one more? So this character ended up with an interesting arrangement of weapons. And then a few armor pieces. Nothing crazy to talk about, but it is interesting to see some of these new roles. Juggernaut, and then other ones that have damage while standing still. Things like that. I want to see how they can combo with different melee weapons, sneaking around, coming up behind something, and then comboing that to see how well it could be. I don't know. I still have a lot of questions. We're going to roll 10 more on the next character. See if these Purveyor mystery picks are going to be something we do in the future. So far, I don't know. Not looking too good. Too many items in the loot pool to really get something good. Alright, I'm on to my last character for today, my heavy guns character, the character that uses bolstering. Let's see if we get anything. Honestly, this might be the last time I do the mystery pick ever. If there's the sale, I don't mind doing the other one. If it's just a percentage off of, let's say, the 100, and it's only going to cost us 75 per, or whatever the case is, I'm very interested in that. Rolling specifically what I want and saving a little bit. But these mystery picks, again, I think the loot pool is too diluted for you to really get something crazy. I could dump all 2K into this, but I don't think the return is worth it, nor do I think my character being 800 pounds over encumbered because I got all power armor pieces is going to be worth it. Throwing them on chassis or not. But let's see what we get. 10 rolls. Hopefully, something good. Fingers crossed. Nope. So I'm actually collecting Vanguard T45. I think I have the legs already, and it's just 1-star. Seemed like I got pretty lucky and got those rolls kind of close together. Again, over time, I'll be able to swap pieces out and get better, so it could be useful for the time being. Unyielding, Brotherhood, Recon, Poison Resistance, and then 5% chance to deal 100 frost damage. Let's see. I'll start collecting these over time. see if I can come up with some interesting thorn set. Whether it's doing frost or some other damage, but we'll see. Nope. Again, the damage while standing still intrigues me. I'm gonna have to see if it's worth it long term. Receive 7% less explosive damage is interesting, at least for an alternative to using dense armor. So if now you can have it on armor piece, you don't have to mod out one of your chest pieces for that, but keep that in mind. Yeah, we can build our characters a little better, maybe save on various mods. So again, this character is a bolstering, tankier kind of character, stays low, uses heavy gun weapons, takes advantage of nerd rage, things like that. But swapping from that to using power armor, I would probably want to keep my character again low health. Maybe if I can transition right into bolstering, that could be good for me. And then thorns could work well. Combo things like that with ricochet, blocker. Be more open-minded with some of these. Aristocrats sprinting. Ultrasight left leg. So I am interested in seeing aristocrats on weapons. On armor, not as much. And then cavalier, it's not more so my playstyle. Okay, that was the first 10. As long as I can break these down for 40 scrip, again, I would have saved a good amount, as opposed to buying them for 100 and then scripting them. Five more. This one's actually not too bad. Instigating, limb damage, faster reload, Fat Man. I'm going to use this. I'm going to put this on this character, and then just randomly when I have mini nukes, I'm going to send them off and do that much more damage. Just because. One more. Last but not least. Weightless, we'll call it dense, and then cavalier. Robot leg. Alright, so after another set of rolls, we are looking at around 40 in total between the three characters. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be coming back for these mystery picks. I think I'm going to keep an eye out for more sales that take off a percentage, and then I don't have to spend as much and walk away with a few more, whether it's armor or weapons. At least then I can specifically roll that, but it was informative. Definitely looking at the loot pool as a little bit more diluted when it comes to the mystery picks. So again, hope you guys found that as informative as I did. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry. I'm gonna call it no thank you. I will, however, be spending other script that I have towards the legendary crafting system, modules, and then that'll be a separate video. So keep an eye out for that. If you are newer to these sets of videos, keep an eye out for future ones, and there's playlists that also have my previous Purveyor roles. And yeah, until next time, take it easy, everybody.